Ultimately, I don't care about a whole lot of this stuff. Why haven't I fully explored in here yet?
Arise, my serpent, my shadow!
Ah, okay. Is that the whole? Are we up? Oh, nope, I thought that might have gotten us up to 100% map completion, but not quite. Okay, we need shard that... Still haven't done anything with standstill. I don't think I'm going to need to. Let's see. Is it this? I forget what it is we even need. Dimension shift. There we go.
Dimension shift! Dimension shift! Dimension shift!
We're just moving so fast.
Dimension shift! Dimension shift!
All right. Here we go. I don't recall many of her attacks or anything. I'll watch this again since it's been a while. If you're gonna go full bad guy, you know, doing something like this.
So even Gremory has failed me. Alfred was afraid of what you could do with the shards, but not I.
Look at you. Is that what you wanted? The crystal? You betrayed us, Dominique.
Rude.
Oh, don't think me ungrateful.
And your new store clerk is ridiculous.
I have you and Johannes to thank for teaching me the alchemist's lore and how to control the shards. Shards, I might add, which you gave to me of your own will. Your sacrifice has become my strength.
Why are you doing this?
Because once again, the demons appeared, and once again God stayed silent.
Ugh.
While his servants were slaughtered mercilessly one by one. So I began to wonder, what if there is no God? What if the Lord we grovel and pray before is a lie, and our faith draws power from some other nameless, unspeakable thing?
That's what we call a test of faith, Dominique.
If so, I wash my hands of it, because God can rot. I decided to seek a higher power, the power to slay gods.
Do you realize how many people have died as a result?
They deserve to die, because they were weak, and more will follow until I obtain all I desire.
This whole mess wasn't enough for you?
If the last summoning had been enough, I wouldn't have had to bring you here.
You're after a more powerful demon. Sheeple's crystal wasn't enough to summon it, so you needed mine instead.
Smart girl. I like that. But your crystal was too clean, too pure.
Yep.
So I made sure you would obtain shards and acclimate yourself to demonic power. Then Gremory could possess you after the battle with Jeeble had worn you down. If Zangetsu hadn't betrayed me...
He was a good dude. He was a good dude.
Doing the right thing isn't a betrayal.
You know what? I never expected to be put in a corner like this. You leave me no choice but to play my final card. I will use my crystal and the Libelogaiath to summon Baal, the ultimate demon.
Okay.
Do you realize what will happen to you?
Do you? You don't. So I'll tell you. There's a reason Jeeble survived 10 years ago.
What does he have to do with this?
It was in his blood. An exorcist, like me. Our blood suppressed the crystal corruption and effectively spared his life. And now I have surpassed him. I command the crystal through Enochian script. No demon is too powerful for me to summon, even if I cannot keep it here forever.
But the process is slow, because I can see the summoning isn't complete.
Do you really think you can stop me before then?
Maybe.
Oh yes, I do. You don't understand what power is for. You wield it stupidly, arrogantly, and now you will pay the price.
Arise, myself and my shadow!
Don't. So I did fight her before. I might edit all this together.
Arise, myself and my shadow!
Tisserate.
Oof.
Arise, myself and my shadow!
Vaskia.
Oof. Oh, there we go.
Baal, I summon thee to my side.
Awful lot faster with all those books and everything. Now, I made it this far before, but I couldn't even really understand what was happening. Okay, creepy worm-headed dude, I guess.
Pray while you can.
You just like in his head? What is this? Where can I be that is safe? Is there anywhere? Okay. So here, if I go down to this. Okay, yeah.
Tisserate.
Oopsie. Forehead. What a interesting boss fight we have here. What was that? That was weird, Dominique. I like how Dominique's like, I don't know that I can believe anymore, while she's like riding a demon head, you know, like, does that not strike you as something incredible, maybe? Oh gosh. Alright. I don't know if there's one that I need to be shooting at. Oh, I can stand on that thing. Okay. I am just... chewing up a whole lot of damage here. What is this? What is this? Okay, I gotta get on the thingy, it seems.
You leave me no choice.
I thought I already left you no choice before. Like, how many no choices do you have?
Arise, myself and my shadow!
Oh gosh. Seriously. To be fair, my guy Silver Knight has not been real helpful this time. Platforms. Okay. Yep. There you go. Ooh. It's a very interesting battle. Like, even the music's not.
Perish!
Not like as intense as it was for some of the story, like the other battles. You know? And so is Bale. Like, why are there?
Hello there.
Why are there three of, you know? If Bale was like so. We got him, by golly. Dominique. Looks like an eyeball. Oof. Gormless Johannes here.
Dominique. She could have done so much good, but...
I know.
Wait. The Liber Logaeth.
The book that started it all. What are you going to do with it?
The same thing the Master was trying to do. Before he died, he inscribed Enochian letters onto each of the castle's structural weaknesses. Now, I will use the book to perform a rite here at the heart of the castle. The rite will activate the Enochian script and send the castle and demons back from whence they came.
So that's what Alfred was trying to accomplish.
We need to begin. Stand back, Miriam.
Guys should get out of the castle before you send it back to hell. It's a very lovely, lovely castle right there. Boom.
It's over.
Yes. You've made the world right again.
Not without sacrifice. Jeeble, Alfred, Zongetsu.
Jeebel's fate was already sealed. There was nothing you could have done. And the Master and Zangetsu made their own choices. They fought gladly and proudly for what they believed in. Lives like theirs deserve to be celebrated.
All Alfred had to do was indicate to us that he was, you know, on our side. Like, I know, video game plots. Ridiculous.
True. And demons still remain in this world. We can grieve later, after finishing the last of them off.
That reminds me. The Master took note of how I was forestalling your corruption and suggested some improvements. I think I might be able to stop the crystal from overtaking you permanently.
Really?
I can't make any promises, but yes, I think.
Well, thank you, Johannes.
You're very welcome. Come on, let's go home.
All right.
Yep. You know that little girl who's running the store is going to cut herself on that. Huh. I feel like there was a shadow there at the end. I don't know. The whole ending seemed a little just kind of off. I don't know. At one point, what Johannes's text said didn't line up with what his words were. So I don't know. I'm a little bit confused. But no, man. Yeah, David Hayter. There we go. It was Metal Gear Solid Snake. Frida Wolf had a bunch of jobs in this, bunch of voice acting. I always enjoy sitting through the credits on these. Oh, got some food. I haven't completed all of the achievements yet, so I may continue this just in my free time to try and get all of them. I don't know. Did you play this? If you did you ever fight the librarian, or did you make it all the way to the end? Obviously, I got really into this and just had to go with all of it. Had to experience it as much as I could, and I just picked it up at the right time. You know, right before Halloween. It's after Halloween now that I'm actually finishing it, as I've been kind of starting a new gig and newer role anyway. You know, I started over the summer, but anyway. Yeah, so the art style was always appealing to me. I knew that I was gonna like that because I could just see that with my eyes. The music was a really pleasant surprise. A little bit disappointing there at the very end, but man, the boss music and even just some of the area music, really, I loved it. Voice acting was a little bit cringy sometimes when I think about just audio, but the music, music was great. The art was great. Even like the fact that you could, the art design, the fact that you could upgrade her clothes and that would actually have some effect. You know, her clothing didn't change with each piece of armor, but the one that I had on the end there, it did. And also the gameplay, like when this came out, I mentioned it earlier, like it barely ran on systems when it came out. You know, it's several years after the fact now. I think this game's been out for, I don't know, 5-6 years at the time that I played through it. And it runs pretty well on my computer. I still had some weird slowdowns I mentioned earlier, but this was just a really fun. They were really tight controls, and there were enough different weapons that I could play how I wanted to play. That's really important to me. Like sometimes there are evenings where I'm just too exhausted and I kind of need to cheese the boss. You know, I'm gonna hang out on the ceiling after I finally got that shard, and I'm gonna jump and shoot them like I did with Warhorse. You know. I don't feel good about it, but you know, the game allowed me to do that. And that's just appreciated. But you know, I never even used great swords or spears. I used guns only sparingly. I didn't use daggers much after the very beginning. And let's see here. Oh, the shoes. Yeah, I never really used the shoes. I wonder how those would have worked. I don't know. And with how many different bullet types and everything they had for those guns, by golly, I unlocked a whole lot of the map, but you know, that bandit blade that I had at the end there had so much, it was so much more powerful than the other weapons that I had come across. I'm sure there are beefier weapons that I could have created with HOTAS that maybe would have been on par in terms of damage or something. I'm not sure, but yeah. Oh, the demon train. what a weird boss that was. That's okay. It's always interesting to see how many people go into making these games. Yeah, so pretty much liked just about everything about the presentation. Things I didn't like, I'm just a low skill player at a lot of this, and so it ended up being fairly, I needed to grind. I wouldn't even say the game was grindy. Hey, there's the caribou singing. I won't even say that the game was grindy. My skill level was such that I needed to grind. And I think that all total, it was right around 20 hours of gameplay, which included some substantial grinding. So I mean, yeah, I thought it was pretty good ultimately, particularly for this being my first metroidvania. I really liked how it was clear where you were supposed to go for the most part. I had to look at a guide a few times. But yeah. I didn't expect to finish the game this evening, so I don't have like a list or anything in front of me. Oh yeah, the vampire. That actually reminds me. I mean, there are shards. You know, there's like a bunny morphosis shard. You could probably play as one of those bunny ladies. You know, I mean, there's so much more even that I haven't done yet, and I did a lot. There are even accessories, like there's a much better piece of headgear that I needed, that I would have needed to make that I just hadn't done yet. I needed a couple more diamonds and a piece of rare material. Obviously not that big of a deal. I'd be able to find it at this point, but oh yeah, here's the backers, here's the Kickstarters. And so at least some of these, you know, might have been, like, they might have been the photos or submitted artwork for the paintings that would surround you. This is great. Really a Kickstarter success story when there are just so many very public Kickstarter failures, you know, or even just things that seemed kind of shady. By the way, if you happen to be one of the people who supported the channel on Patreon, man, really many thanks for that. Like the Kevin and Tammy for supporting and encouraging artistic sides. All the amazing games and memories. Stars, hide your fires. Let not the light see my black and deep desires. But many thanks if you did that. Ultimately, you know, yeah. I'm always happy when I can see other people with a bunch of crowd support, you know. For the kids. Goofball loves you all right in the middle row there. That's nice. Even darkness may hold more beauty than the so-called light. Deep. Somebody's getting deep up in here. Drink more coffee? Ugh, that's terrible advice. Never been a coffee drinker. Alright, well, I'm probably just going to let these run here, and then we'll see what happens at the end. I think there's a new game plus sort of option, and I'm not sure. I might just have to reload my old save. I don't know. Oh, Army of the Night. Thank you for your endless kindness and support. Alright, let's see here. Extra mode, game start, clear. Yeah, 1937. Left trigger is new game plus. So if we resume here, okay. Huh. Okay, well, we're level 45 at this point. So anyway, okay, well, so it does look like it's got new game plus. I'll probably look into that a little bit more. I think one of the achievements was to get to like level 50. One of them has to do with like finishing a certain number of story events, or like the story tasks back in the village. The ones like make everything and complete like all of the shards, like get all of the demons. You can see the percentages there, and you know, get all of the, you know, whatever, do all of the quests. See, look at this. I have nowhere near all of the quests at this point. So I don't know if I'm going to finish all those. We'll just have to see. But I had a heck of a great time playing this. I hope that you've enjoyed watching it as well. And hopefully you'll be able to find some more stuff like this in the future. I don't know. I don't know. This might just have been the right game at the right time for me. I don't, you know, as we'll just have to see. You just never know. You just never know. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.